Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye-ya, 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 ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Now, in a Menudo style and direct fashion, man, I have something I want to talk about that's a little bit more real. Okay, it's a little bit more truth. Some more of my truth, some more of my transparency. You see the thumbnail, so you kind of know what it's about. But let me tell you in my words, so many words. Sometimes I regret starting this YouTube channel. Sometimes I sit back and I think about all the drama it's caused in my life, all the anguish, all the turmoil, just the bullshit, man, that it's caused in so many lives as a result of one little itty bitty old YouTube channel. Now, I'm not the biggest fish in the sea. I'm far from it. Heavy is the head that wears my crown. I'm going to continue to be the king of my kingdom, man, and wear my crown. But at the same time, man, there's channels and content and platforms and podcasts that are much greater and bigger than my channel. But the people that tune in and support me, man, I highly appreciate them because they're listening to the words that I'm speaking. You know, I'm just a regular person like everyone else. The only difference between me and you is I decided to go out on a limb and to start a YouTube channel. Now, there's many people that support me, and there's a lot of people that hate me, and a lot of people that wish, that I would just go away or wish that I would actually die. Just based on the fact that they don't like what I'm speaking on, or they don't like the game that I'm giving the youth, or they don't like the game I'm giving gente. But that's never going to stop. See, because I continue this struggle, because I believe in this struggle. When you truly believe in something, man, you have to run with it. You have to go with what you know. Ain't that right, Gar? I'm going to go with what I know, man. I'm going to continue to be me, continue to do me, and continue to press on. But there's a lot of times that I sit back and I reflect, man. I think about this road that I've went down so far. In 3 years, doing this YouTube shit, I've met a lot of friends, lost a lot of friends, had a lot of family that turned their back on me. Just a lot of different situations. All because, I'm doing YouTube. I have an OG. As you see, my Theo was my OG, man. Rest in peace, my Theo Jojo. And he gave me a lot of game. And when he passed, man, I knew he was going to take a lot of that game that he hadn't given me yet with him. And so when he succumbed to, what he was going through, he took a lot of the good game with him. And I was unable to grasp it and grip it. And so now I'm on my own. So now everything I speak is off the dome. Everything that I tell you are my stories or things that I reflect and I went through, but sometimes I sit back and I think about, why am I doing this? Is it worth it? Is it truly worth it to have my family threatened, to be threatened, to have homeboys, that once were my camaradas, my taitas, my boys, man, turn their back on me or not rock with me anymore based on certain situations? It really isn't. It really isn't. You have to walk a fine line when you're doing this YouTube content, depending upon what you're talking about. You can sit here and talk about playing Roblox and all these other different video games, and people will tune in, but your target audience is children, and you're leading them, to me, you're leading them down the wrong road because you're leading them into a world of internet and catastrophe and things that happen on the internet, man. There's a lot of bad people in this world that just want to manipulate your children and manipulate their minds. And then there's those of us, man, very few and far between, that want to give them game to help. So that way, somewhere down the line, man, they might think back like, I remember that fool Gunners Collective. That fool was funny, right? Or that fool, he had game. He said the right thing at the right time. Now, you take it for what you want. You soak it for what you will. But let me tell you some stories about why I feel, that this YouTube shit isn't quite for me all the time. When I first started, it was all fun. It was all games, man. I was having a good time with it. I was doing it because people asked me to, because people wanted me to continue on. At first it was just a little flash in the pan. I'm going to do something. I'm going to say a few stories, see how that works out. And then I realized that you can get a bag from it. I realized that you can help people in the process. I realized, man, that you can meet new friends, open up doors to people that you would never ever talk to. When I first started, I never manipulated the people and never let anyone know or ever put anyone in a direction that wasn't truth, right? I told everyone from the gate, man, I'm a non-active norteño. I don't bang anymore. This is not my life that I live anymore, but these are my stories to what I once lived, to what I once was a part of. And I know a lot of people got mad about that. You know, there's a lot of situations where I find myself in where, you know, my family's been threatened, or people are tripping off me for one reason or another. I can't go to certain places. I have to look over my shoulders. But such is life. That's part of life, man. You know, everywhere you go, like I said, a feather could fall on your head and you could pass out. You're going to have to understand, man, that you have to have some balls in this world. You have to do something because you believe in something. Don't just do it to do it. Think about what you say before you say it. Every day I get up in the morning, man, I think about what I'm going to say, and then I go off the domolio with it. I let everybody know straight up, right off the rip, man, this is what it is with me. This is how my life has turned out. Maybe I was sent here for a greater purpose. Maybe there's a reason why I'm still living. Maybe, you know, I could help 1 or 2 or 3 people, and maybe I can't. I don't know, but I'm going to continue to struggle and continue to do what I do. You know, there's a lot of times, man, I lay my head on my pillow at night and I think about where I would be in life if I didn't start this YouTube shit. You see, I was good in the hood. Although I was not active and not gangbanging, I was still good in my neighborhood. I was still going back. I was still tripping out. I was still chilling with certain homeboys. I was still eating that carne asada. I was still hitting barbecues. I was still marinating in my barrio, right? And because of this YouTube shit, that's no longer a fact, man. That's no longer happening. You know, I laugh at a lot of these YouTubers. You can't go back to your hood. You can't. Who would want to? But I'm going to tell you something, man. Going back sometimes is a feel good. You know, sometimes it makes you feel good because when that's all you know and that's all you can speak about and that's the only way you grew up, man, you know, sometimes it feels good to reminisce and reflect back and call some homeboys and get at them. But this YouTube shit has hindered that. It has hindered me being able to pick up the phone and call homeboys who once respected me. You know, now they think I'm a coward or a punk or I say too much or I'm telling on people or I'm doing too much. When that's furthest from the truth. The fact is, man, I'm doing what every other person is doing nowadays, man, and I'm using that social media shit to my benefit. You know, everything is a hustle in life. You know, if you go out there on the block and slinging A1, that's a hustle. Can't knock a man about his hustle. Don't hate on him. If you're in the rap game, the rap industry, you're rapping, that's your hustle, man. Get your bag. You know what I mean? If you're out there being an actor and you're all on The Walking Dead doing this shit, you know what I mean? Then that's your hustle. You know, and YouTube is the same thing. It's a hustle. But the thing is not to hustle people out of their money or hustle people out of whatever you can get from them with manipulation and untruths. The thing is hustling, moving smooth with a purpose, man, getting where you got to get. You know, there's an end game to all this. And the end game is in the midst of me doing what I have to do for my family and producing the bacon on the motherfucking table, I'm also giving up good game, reflection, things that I've done in the past, things that I've seen, things that I've lived through. But is it worth it? You know, let me tell you guys, sometimes I get into a mode where it's not. You know, and I just want to shut it down, shut down shop, quit. Fuck this. I can't do that. But can't stop, won't stop was a creed that was given to me a long time ago from that OG right there on the thumbnail, my Theo. He told me it doesn't matter what you do, mijo, in life. Can't stop, won't stop. If you're in prison, you have to go in there with the mentality, whether you're active or non-active, that you can't stop and you won't stop. Because believe me, if you go into the wrong area, motherfuckers will make it so you will stop. Okay? When I let the fucking gang go, when I let everything go, when I finally looked in that mirror and realized it was over for me, there was no get backs. It was a hard day. It was a hard day in paradise, man. I was giving up the only thing I knew. But nowadays things are different. You know, now there's a bigger world out there. Now, you know, I've moved. I've met new people. I've made new acquaintances. I've opened up, you know, different doors. And I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. You know, when I started this YouTube shit, and one of the many things that makes me regret even starting it was some of the relationships of the past, man. Some of the things, you know, when I first started, it was all fun and games. I was having a great time. I was going live. Everybody was laughing. Everybody was having fun. I was bringing gente together from north and south, and people that would never conversate were conversating, and there was just so much going on. And then I realized it started to take a turn. Whether it be because of haters or people not getting where they wanted to go and wanting to step on your head. But it got ugly. It got ugly fast. And then I realized, just like in a workplace, anywhere you go, man, there's going to be those that are bitter because they're not better. There's going to be those individuals, man, that are so cutthroat in the game that they're bajaderos, man. They want to rob you for what you have, for your stories, for your idealisms, for your look, for everything. Counterfeit, fake, propaganda. That's what you're going to see. There's been a lot of cutthroat things that have happened on YouTube, whether it be in front of the camera or behind the scenes, man. And it's ugly. I've chosen myself to step back from everybody, man. You know, there's those who I still consider friends outside of YouTube that are YouTubers. So don't get the game twisted and start assuming that I don't fuck with everyone, because I do. I'm just not doing it right here on this YouTube social media yard anymore. And the reason I'm not doing that is because I don't want anything and any of my downfalls or any of my shortcomings reflecting on them. That's what real men do, man. You have to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. You have to know when to walk away and say, let a man be a man. Let a man do his own thing, because I don't want what fucking going on with me going on with him. That's just straight up. And it's hurt my heart, man, and it's fucked up a lot of situations, because there was a lot of room for improvement on my channel. There's been a lot of room to make things happen. But I feel handcuffed and thrown in a box because certain people keep dwelling on where I'm from, or that I don't gangbang, or that, you know, I'm no longer in the hood, or that I'm no longer doing this and doing that, when they should be thinking in the positive rather than the negative about ways that I can show you how to get up out the hood, how I made it, man. You know, I made it. I had nothing. I come from nothing. I come from the barrio, the ghetto, just like anyone else, man. I come from rats, roaches, and shiesty approaches. You know, I come from getting out of prison with one fucking duffel bag, 2 pairs of calzones, a pair of socks, and some state shoes, wondering how I'm going to come up. And not wanting to go back out on the block and get in the dope game. I could have easily done that, man. But I was a grown man, and it was time to grow up and get on my grown man shit. See, the party ended. This was the game that my Theo used to give me. Forever forward, man. Don't stop, and it won't stop. You know? But sometimes this YouTube shit makes me think maybe I shouldn't have started it. Maybe I'm not helping people. Maybe people are just laughing at me, not with me. Maybe people have decided that if for no other reason, Gunner is not the voice, Gunner is not the truth, because other people tell you I'm not. Well, I'm here to tell you right now, I'm a grown man. There ain't nothing different with me than you. If I made it, you can make it. You know, when I got out with that duffel bag and I was strolling down the street looking for holidays, looking for jobs, no homeboys from my neighborhood were rocking with me. Nobody was telling me what I had to do. It was my conscience, my mind, man, and my heart, knowing that I had to provide for my children. That's what kept me going. That's what kept me forever forward. That's what I was into. That's what I continue to be into. I'm on my grown man shit. Okay? Now, I ain't knocking anyone who's still in the game, and I ain't knocking anyone who's still out there gang banging, or anyone who's in the dope game. Do your thing. You know, just reflect back on situations, man. Who's really there for you when you need it? You know, I've had my own family, you know, utilize this YouTube shit to slander me or turn their back on me, all because they felt I wouldn't help them out, or they felt, you know, for some other reason that they could come up by using my name. I've had a lot of people utilize my name, drag it through the mud. Some talk good, some talk bad, some talk hood, some talk sad. But at the end of the day, man, I'm going to continue to be me. That's just what it is. No one's going to change my mindset but myself. Do I think YouTube is a positive platform for people to get out there and get their stories out there? Absolutely. That's why I continue to do it, because I know it helps people in the long run. But do I think, you know, sometimes maybe it wasn't for me? Absolutely. Prior to YouTube, man, like I said, I was in the hood. I was right there doing my thing on parole, living my best life. Not my best life, but my life. Every day on earth is your best life. Just remember that. That's game, right? That's real knowledge you can't get in college. But what happened was, you know, once I found and I fell into this YouTube shit, because I just fell into it head first, man. Didn't belly flop, didn't dive, just fell into the motherfucking pool, right? I realized, hey, it's nice in here, eh? The water feels good. But I didn't realize there were sharks and piranhas nibbling at my toenails. There's a whole bunch of manipulation and shit that goes into it. You know, I don't advise against starting a YouTube channel. But it really, what it does, man, and this is real life, man, is it stirs up a lot of bullshit. You get a lot of enemies, man, that you had from the past. Realize, hey, there he is. Hey, Holmes, I've been looking for you, eh? Or people realize, hey, I just don't like this individual, man. So they start to become fucking infatuated with you, and everything you do, they got something to say about it. It's cold, and it's a hard game. And things like that are why I think, hey, man, I should have never started this shit. I regret it, you know, and I do, but it's too late. I'm here now. I'm going to continue my stories. I can't regret anything in my fucking past or my future. I just have to move on. But sometimes I think, you know, What would have happened? Where would I ended up? Where would I be right now without this YouTube shit? Well, I'll tell you what I'd be doing. I'd be doing what I'm doing every day, and that's working my holiday, taking care of my family, man, and living the best life that I could possibly live. You know, I try my best to help people. You know, you don't see it on camera. I'm not out there like Crip Mac handing out pizzas and fucking going crazy at Dodger games. I'm not doing all that, man. But what I do behind the scenes and behind my closed doors and with my heart homes, that's all that should matter to me. You know, I don't need people to see what I do. I do, and they see how I am. I got a good heart, good gente for good people. But I ain't got no tolerance for bullshit or for no fucking suckers, man. That's just ain't it. That ain't me. I never have. You know, when I started this shit, I intended it to be a good thing. I intended it to help my family. I intended it to help people. But it's not doing that. You know, if anything, it's causing problems for my gente, causing problems for my people. You know, I've had people call my people's jobs. I've had trolls fucking, you know, go to their work and hate on them. And I've just so many different things. And it makes me think back, man, what am I doing? Am I putting my family in danger? Am I putting myself in danger? Yeah, the truth of the fact is that that's just the world that we live in nowadays. It's a dangerous world, man, and people want what they think you have. Well, I'm here to tell you I don't have much, but everything I do have, I've earned the right way, and that's why I still have it. And everyone is susceptible to go out there and get theirs. The progression, the progress, as long as you put in the work, you can get it, right? It's just a cold game. And sometimes I sit back and I think, man, I shouldn't have did this shit. You know, what did I gain out of this? But I'm going to tell you what I've gained out of it. I've gained a level in myself of knowing that I can. You know, being able to talk to people, being able to meet people, being able to utilize my mouthpiece, man, and what the God-given abilities that I've been given, man, to gain people up. See, there's the youngsters that have talked to me, man, that have called me that are like, damn, Gun, you give me some good game. You know, a lot of my OG homeboys won't fuck with me like that. They ain't giving me the game. I'm here for all people. It doesn't matter, north, south, east, west, everybody. Brown. I'm brown, homes, and I'm going to continue to be brown until the day I'm gone. That's just it. Period. Another brown man on YouTube opening up doors for other brown men on YouTube. We're going to continue that struggle. So if anything, there's a lot of people that can sit back right now and say, thank you, Gun. You did that, Holmes. You gave me the motivation. You put down the foundation for a lot of us to do this, you know. And there's a lot of people that did it before me. People like Dubs, people like Big Box, you know, people like American Cholo that already had platforms that were doing this. I just continued that struggle for the brown man, period. That's all I did. So do I regret starting this YouTube channel? Sometimes I do, but I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue forever forward because I believe this is in our best interest, gente. This is what we need. We need feel-good stories. We need when we wake up in the morning, man, like a fucking shot of fucking heroin or coffee, Holmes. Someone to wake you up. Someone to get you going, man. Someone to put a smile on your face and let you know that I've been through it just like you've been through it. And I continue to be through it. I ain't got money like that. I ain't got fame like that. I ain't trying to have all that, man. You know, if anything, all it did was cast a fucking a bad name on me. You know, people will start to talk a lot of shit, high-powered shit, and you have to live with that every day. And it's hard. It's a lonely thing living like that, knowing that all these people are against you, but you continue that struggle, man. And that's what I'm going to do. So with that being said, man, I just wanted to put it out there. Why sometimes, yeah, I do regret starting my YouTube channel. Yeah, you know, maybe if I didn't, you know, I wouldn't have to look over my shoulder as much. But I'm going to continue to do what I do because it's already, you know, you make your bed, you lay in it. So I'm laying down comfortably right now, but there might come a time when I'm not. And it is what it is, man. For everybody who hates or doesn't like me, man, thank you, because you've motivated me to keep going. For those of you that support me and want to see me prosper, thank you. Likewise, right? But I'm going to continue this. And with that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming to you. And remember, it ain't all about hating people and worrying about what they got in pocket watching them. It's all about taking care of you and yours. And if you continue that, Holmes, you will. I said you will come up. That's real talk. That's knowledge, homie. You can't get in college. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears this Raiders crown. And I'm going to continue to strive and struggle and struggle and strive forever forward, like my OG told me, for what I truly believe in. And that's providing you guys the best possible content I can. No reflections, no regrets, no bullshit. Forever forward, homie. Bang, bang.